Welcome to another video garden from Melbourne Gardener. Today it is November the 1st and I am giving you a November update of my garden. So I will start right here. So I planted these coriander from the supermarket and it has run its course. And I actually planted quite a few. As you may or may not know, when you buy coriander from the supermarket, the ones in those little pots, they come heavily condensed together, and I separated some of them and planted it. A lot of them failed, but this one survived, and it survived for quite a few weeks in this spot. This spot doesn't really get too much sun, but gets enough, and it's also open and gets rain, and it served well. My spring onions are doing okay. Whenever I need a bit of spring onions, I always like coming here and grabbing some. This lemon tree has certainly created some new foliage. As you can see, these leaves, or maybe not, you can see these leaves are a bit lighter than these ones. These are a bit older, and this one's like a new shoot that came out. I am hoping that it's a Maya lemon, so I'm hoping that maybe in the next year we will get our first produce from this lemon tree. I'm very excited about that. My apples, they have been pollinated and are starting to grow. I have put a net over it. As you can see, it is a conduit structure, and I am really proud of this. You may have seen some of my other videos, but if you haven't, maybe I will make a specific netting or conduit netting video so that you can know how to put that together. But essentially, in here, I've got two different apple trees. One is a Cornish apple, and the other is a Fuji apple. My Fuji apple this year I don't think is doing as well as my Cornish. There are very little fruits. I can't even see it. Oh, there we go. There's a few there. But yeah, it just hasn't fruited or flowered as much. Maybe I cut it back way too much. But yeah, that's the reality. Last year, what happened was we had lots of fruits, but a lot of the budgies and parrots and stuff really came and ate so much of it. And this year, I am using this netting just to avoid birds coming and eating all of our fruit. What else can I share with you? We had a fig tree that was planted, you can probably tell, in here, and this will be our first year having fruits. So there they are. I put the fig tree here because, I had a little bit of room between my orange tree and my apple tree. And I've just conveniently put it inside the net just in case these fruits are attracted birds are attracted to this fruit. I'm not sure. It's my first year of planting fig. So if you have any thoughts on fig and which animals or birds like it, let me know. My orange tree, these oranges have been on this tree for a very long time. It is very sour. That's why I haven't actually picked them and started to eat them. And I've just let it grow. It's very funny though, because with this orange tree, it started off small, but then somehow it shot up with a couple of branches, and it's grown super tall. So I may or may not cut that back. I'd be very interested in hearing your thoughts as to why my orange tree has all these crazy spikes. They are very sharp. And I don't know, maybe this is what orange trees have. But it is somewhat dangerous. But I would love to know. Okay, so this is just one section of, this is just one wall of my setup and garden. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fruit trees, and some other herbs and whatnot in the middle. I am hoping that if all goes well, I might plant one more tree in the middle here somewhere, and that'll make it 6. This wall probably gets most of the sun throughout, and because that's a western direction, and it gets a lot of the western sun. So this wall does well. You can probably see there's some potato plants and whatnot, all scattered within there. There was some bok choy here that I grew, and it's pretty much at its end of life. Oh, I just realized that it's got massive aphids on here. That's probably not very good. I might pull that out and actually give it to the chickens. Aphids are definitely not an insect that you want lingering around. I mean, yes, maybe they're good to eat up all the leftover vegetables, but yeah, I'm pretty sure they are not good for my garden. All right, moving on. My mulberry tree over here, it has a couple of fruits, but I mean, they're not very plump. I want to try and show you. They are somewhat dry, and I don't actually know why. I have looked online, and people say it is due to lack of watering, but I am not sure if that's true. I do water this, as in I've got heavy mulch on here, and the soil is quite damp here actually, and so I don't think it's underwatering. I have fertilized this with my chicken poo, chicken manure, and so it's probably not a lack of fertilization because these leaves are very prolific, and maybe that's because of the nitrogen. So recently I did buy some potash, and so I want to give it some extra potash. If you do know why mulberry trees are like this, my first year of mulberries were amazing. Had some really big, fat, juicy mulberries, but this year they're looking a bit lackluster, and they don't have they're just not as juicy looking, and they're a bit dry. My mandarin tree has finished flowering, and all the bees and wasps have come and pollinated this. Thank you, bees and wasps. Now you can see little bulbs forming, and we will be getting mandarins in about maybe 6 to 9 months. So I'm looking forward to that. My rosemary tree plant is getting out of hand, so I'll definitely be cutting this back. No one needs this much rosemary, to be honest. Not even if you are an amazing lamb fan like myself. My Alpine strawberries are in full production mode. Let me show you a couple, and hopefully I can find a few that I can eat. Oh, there we go. Is this almost done? Not really. Like, for Alpine strawberries, you want to find really dark red red ones like these ones. That's really dark. And they should just lift off very simply like that. So watch, just a light pull and it's off. Not bad. Sweet, but also a little bit sour, which I don't mind. It's a bit tarty, but yeah, Alpine strawberries are awesome. They kind of just grow and you can just leave them. That's my type of plant. What else do I have? This is my asparagus. I haven't really been looking at it. Nothing much growing there. Potatoes everywhere. Simply because, I like potatoes. Got another fig tree here, and it is. There's no fruit on it just yet. Again, a first year plant. So I'm thinking there's fruits next year. My avocado tree, which was not doing well when we first got it, because it absolutely got decimated by some sort of possum or something. But now it's come back alive after I think 5 years. So let's see where it goes from here. Our blackberries here is very prolific, so I'm hoping that I'll get some great blackberries. It's a thornless kind, and that should fruit in the next couple of months. I've got a chili plant, which the chickens aren't a massive fan of. It is quite a spicy chili. And watch, they don't really, I mean, they kind of try it and they go, oh, actually, I forgot that I don't really like it. Oh, but maybe today they do like it. Well, they're trying to bite through it. People say they can't taste the actual chili. We'll see how we go. I am trying to grow some tomatoes. I only planted those maybe about a few days ago. I planted some there. I planted some here. Because this area gets quite a lot of sun again because of that western sun. Again, I bought some basil from the supermarket, just to make some pizzas, and then some leftovers I put in the ground. I want to see how it goes. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't work. It's an experiment. So you can tell that a lot of my garden is a bit of an experiment. There is no clear structure and design. I've got my fig tree here, which I'll need to cut back because that kind of height is really hard to reach. And so that's my backyard at the moment. Any plans for future food? Yes. I still have this little section here, which doesn't get much sun, and there used to be strawberry plants here, as you can tell, but it grew a lot of green leaves, but there wasn't any fruit. So here there are some flowers, and but I think time will tell. Time will let me know if these turn into fruits, and if they do, then maybe I will transform this area into a strawberry patch yet again. But I have high doubts because this area doesn't get much sun, and I haven't really been doing much. As you can tell, it's a bit overgrown, and there's nothing there. What am I doing with my chickens? Not too much, actually. Just letting them have some fun. And I'm secretly hoping that one of them will get broody, and that way I can get some baby chicks and start a new little batch. they have been great. My Isa Brown and these two black ones, Australorps, have given me some really good production. They're probably about just about 2 years old right now. The Rhode Island Red here is probably about 3 years old, and these Aracanas, the grey ones, are about 4+ years old. Yeah, they're very tame, and except this one does like chasing me around. So unless I give her some food and distract her, she will definitely peck at my legs, at my feet. And yeah, that's it. All right. I will create another video, another November update, and this time I'll show you my front garden where I'm growing a couple of things, but certainly it's not as extensive as my my backyard. Oh, that is a compost bin where I put all of my food waste, and it breaks down really well, particularly in this area where it's exposed to sun, and it can just heat up, and there's a lot of little mini flies that get in there and help the job, and there's worms and stuff like that. Whatever's edible, I normally give to the chickens. Whatever's a bit rotten, I put in that bin. So that's my my little method. All right, I'll see you in the next video, and my little chickens are saying goodbye. All right, take care and have a good one.